pooped her pants bad, shit running down, and they're just, you know, going on and on. I'm so horny, I came. Huge act of aggression. Had made some sexual gestures towards her. What the fuck is the matter with you? I mean, this woman has no class, no integrity, no sense of morality, no sense of... Stop it, you fucking idiot. That's how you get attention. Like, do you actually think anybody believes that? Like, what the fuck are you thinking, you sad, pathetic evil eye locked on, twisting and contorting? Pull your mask off. You absolutely ripped it right off your own face, and shame on you. But thank you for defamation, criminal slander, criminal harassment, cyberstalking, cyberbullying, twist, and no story. He was excessively abusive. She felt very threatened. But a smear campaign is in many ways a confession. I know who the predator is. I'm 100% clear on that. Very parasitic, truly a sexual predator, and this was very, very obvious. The devil makes them do it.
Hi guys, it's me Val, Toxic Free. Start a channel, they said. It'll be fun, they said. It'll help you heal, they said. Yeah, right. I myself think it's been swept under the carpet. No one is addressing the situation. The elephant's still in the room. People need to explain what's going on. I don't understand how something so major can happen on a channel and well, not even forgotten about, just these big channels that are nasty and vindictive and have things going on and drama. And if we let these people get away with it, what's going to happen to this community? Are we going to have all the small channels that are honest and truthful being shut down because they're too they're just being intimidated by bigger channels that are doing that? Well, they're on here for the wrong reason. You know, David doesn't have anything to say about me, so all he can do is use what I've done as evidence against him. A smear campaign, using a smear campaign as a smear campaign, that's a new one because David doesn't have anything on me, so that is why he's had to do it this way. There is absolutely no evidence anywhere of anything, and I've said this so many times, of anything that I've done. Yeah, I've written comments, I've got my opinion, I've got a big gob, but everything that I've had opinions on is not defamation of character. If this video gets removed, or David or Kim, you report this video, I'm just going to quickly say this. YouTube are going to scrutinise it for reasons of why it's being taken down. And they are going to see all the things that you've done. And Mr. YouTube, if you're watching this now, I'm not doing this for any other reason but to help and warn people that there is somebody on YouTube that is dangerous, and I stand by that. This person has brought thumbs down for me, and there's proof coming up, which is obviously, as Kim keeps saying, is against every YouTube, you know, rule. What's the word I'm looking for? Why can't I think of words? Anyway, I think the fact that you gave me 1,000 thumbs down is, to me, is just enough of a red flag for me to run a mile from someone who's a coach who does something like that to another channel. You know, and you did it on the Chris Watts. You know, what I was trying to do with that is I wasn't just trying to reach... see, the thing is, it's a context thing, isn't it? And it always is with these people. I wanted to try and reach a different genre of people. There was a lot of people clicking onto the Chris Watts case that maybe don't know anything about narcissism, and I was trying to reach out to those. It was also about a lady who had been murdered and her 2 children. You went and bought me 1,000 thumbs down on that video. That is just... I can't even explain what I think about that. Why would you thumb down 1,000 times a video about... You know, I had reasons why I did that. You thought I was just trying to get more subs. No, that's projection. I wasn't trying to get more subs on that one. I actually wanted to try and reach different people. I knew a lot of people would look at those videos, so I tried to reach them when they clicked on. And anyway, so if you report this video, it's going to be seen, obviously. David, you have access to people all over the world with your coaching, and you're not regulated, obviously, and now we've seen a different side to you. It actually scares me, and I've said this before. Silence is just making things worse. You owe an explanation to people and future clients of yours. You're just confusing subscribers. They do not know who to trust, and you are breaking trust amongst the community. You need to stand up and say what's been going on. David, did you victimize somebody in Mexico? That's what we all want to know. Why have you gone quiet? I know if somebody had accused me of something, like they have, I've supported myself. I've stood up and shouted from the rooftops that I'm innocent. Why have you gone quiet? But you're quite opinionated and quite vocal when you want to be, but for some reason on this one, and also, you know, Kim slandered you, Kim defamed you. I actually only unsubbed, but I've had a Year of a Smear campaign. You and Kim, in the emails which are going to come up, you slaughter each other, but now you're putting I love you and supporting each other again on each other's channels. I think that there's something going on, and I think that you both have agreed to disagree. You've both thought the best interest of the both of you is just to keep quiet and plod on like nothing's happened, and let's hope that people will forget about it. No, we won't. I mean, Kim's enabling, you're supporting a predator. You need to address the situation. I'm a bit tired tonight, this is why I'm a bit quiet. You just need to admit what is going on. You need to say something about this Mexico meetup thing, because I'm going to prove to you in a minute that there's something that's very strange going on and people don't like it. So anyway, without further ado, is that the right word? Without further ado, why do I do videos on a Sunday when I'm shattered? I'm going to play clips of what happened in Mexico. I want to show people the contradictions that's going on. You know, let me just quickly explain. For people that have maybe just clicked onto this channel and you don't have a clue what's going on, there's a lot of people out there. Again, if you watch my last 3 videos, you'll get up to date with where we are today. Kim organised a meet-up in Mexico. 10 people turned up. David DEMARS showed his true colours and victimised one of them. Now what they've both tried to do is they've both just swept it under the carpet. Kim outed David at one point. There's videos and emails coming up that are contradictory of each other. David's bitched about Kim. Kim bitched and told the world that David's a narcissist, and then all of a sudden made a video and did a complete U-turn and literally is now backing him now and saying that she loves him and he loves her, and it's all very weird. But there's a victim in all this, and I myself am not going to sit back when Kim's words were, he's the biggest predator in this community and he's worse than H.G. Tudor. No, something's going to have to be said. As I've put here, there is a scandal regarding David. Yes, the scandal, was announced by you in emails, which we will soon see. Guys, this is going to be so confusing. You need to sort of stick with this because I'm confused as well. Do you know what? Trying to explain this my head is bleeding again. It's the most confusing thing, which is how they're doing it on purpose. I think it's YouTube videos / word salad / cognitive dissonance / I don't even know what else. I can't even put a name to this. Anyway, let's put this comment. It is extremely unprofessional, highly narcissistic to criminally defame a hard-working man, destroy his career, try to attach innocent bystander, blah, blah, blah. I think this is aimed at evening. This is a prime example of a narcissist smear campaign, and she cannot stop, 100% locked in onto the death narc Narc death fight with herself as they always are. Now, whether that's aimed at me or evening, let me just see. I think it's evening. She's locked onto a narc death with herself. Now, Kim, you wrote the emails. You wrote the emails. Oh, look, I'm getting a red ear. Do you know what? I always get a red ear when I'm tired. Look. Oh, I look ridiculous, don't I? Anyway, that's weird. It's anxiety, you know. I actually googled that, guys. Just a little bit of information. I actually always get a red ear when I'm really stressed out at work. So I actually googled it, and it's a sign of anxiety and stress. So if anyone out there gets red ears, now you know. Every day's a school day. Sorry, back to the situation. Calling people narcissists all over the place. You know, if Kim and David really thought that there was... I mean, they talk about... I'm going to jump around a lot in this video because it's whatever. They talk a lot. In fact, they laugh a lot. If they really thought that I was a narcissist, that Evening was a narcissist, that Andrew Benjamin was a narcissist, that God knows who else is a narcissist, they wouldn't be making jokes and calling us like the Three Stooges and laughing about this apparent smear campaign that we've got going. They would be doing videos like this to get me off. They would be coming out with my name, they would be coming out with proof, and they would want me off YouTube. If they were caring, if they were empathic, and if you look at them as real life coaches, they would probably want me off. They would not make jokes about it and start laughing and saying that we're old nags and we're in a death fight and oh, those demons, they'll soon be... No. You see, this is another one. I'm not doing a very good... This isn't a very good video. I'm sorry, guys, because I'm just absolutely bloody confused. So I'm not making much sense. But I don't think we're supposed to make sense. I don't think this is about making sense anymore. This is about us being confused. So let's all just be confused together. If I thought for 1 second that someone has been harmed, I would have reacted. We know someone's been harmed, as I did initially, but the story just started to fall apart. It changed several times. It quickly turned into rape, murder, mayhem. I don't even know where she's getting this from, because as far as I'm concerned, I didn't even hear anything like that. It's just stupid. Her behaviour was extremely covert, and I hope David sues the hell out of both of them. They were your words, Kim. They were your words to Evening. You wrote. Anyway, we'll see it. We'll see it in a minute. I won't get carried away. One side of the story, zero evidence or investigation. Like, how reprehensible would you have to be? Oh, wait. This was all for the good of the community. What, David isn't a member of the community? He's worth 1 million of her kind. Thank you so much. Why do you have to put people down? Empaths don't go around going, you know, he's worth 1 million of you. I said that when I was at school, guys. Oh, here was another one. A little bit slow. She is high out of her mind as usual, opiate-eyed, psychobabbling narc hag. Can't even pronounce the name of her own town, of the town she is visiting, slurring a hot mess as usual. It is a staggering, mumbling dumpster fire. She will not be able to stop talking about me. I am her obsession. Can you imagine making videos high out of your mind like that? This is outrageous. God help our community. Yes, Kim, God help our community. This is just, again, defamation of someone else's character. This is disgusting, and this is not empathy. This is not empathy. You don't go around saying stuff like that about people. You know, we're not obsessed with you. We're obsessed with getting to the truth. How can you not see? Again, okay, I don't even know why I'm trying to actually aim any question at Kim, but let's just pretend, right? Let's pretend that she can understand me. What can she not understand? That what her behaviour has done has created a lot of questions about us, created a lot of untrust within the community. What can you not believe or understand? That we are not obsessed with you. We don't envy you. We are trying to work out what the hell went on in Mexico so that we are warned of what is, of who David is. I'm going to need a holiday after this. Good job I'm going back to Bermuda in, I won't say when. It's too close to someone. Sorry. I'm gonna need therapy. I'm gonna need some help after this. Here we go. I had already seen her 100% narc exposing video about her. Now this is disgusting, and I've mentioned this in another video about her comments. She's talking about Evening's son. and I thought I was watching a Diane Downs documentary. Narcs do not love anyone, not their parents, not their partners, and not their children. After watching a 24-month tribute video to her dead 20-year-old, and she said he was in a better place, like death is a better place, better option for a young man. After she said she readied herself for his death rather than readied him for life. I'm almost projectile vomited. I'm a mother, and what type of mother says things like that? Yes, Kim, what type of mother says things like this? I'm not even going to try and decipher what's going on in this here, because I'm actually speechless, and that's the very first. I'm going to let other people look at this and just make their minds up about what is going on with this woman. And she's talking about evening sun again. Hello, Diane Downs. What's that? Why would you do that? Did she forget to say she loved her dead son amongst all the narcs smoking and laughter? I was sick for days after seeing that. Really? I screen recorded that video and passed it on. It's now been used by a criminal profiler friend of mine as a training tool now. I have shown that video to several experts, and every one of them was speechless after seeing it. Watch that video and then watch Diane Downs documentary. Absolute demons. You're comparing people to Diane Downs. I'm hoping people can understand this video, because I really, you're atrocious. You're atrocious. David has done nothing wrong. Kim, your emails say different. And these lying pieces of shit are being sued. Really? You've been saying that for a year. The one that started the lie and the one telling it. ER is Erin Patch. I'm not out. A lifelong felon that has spent lots of time behind bars. She is a con artist and a felon. Stop projecting. It is time to rise up against these psychopaths. Bless your heart, David. Stay strong. This will be over soon, my friend. These monsters are about to be introduced to a new word, consequences. There is a cluster of them, one video after the other. I believe there are over 50 videos between 4 demonically, I can't even say the word, possessed narcs here at YouTube that have been pretending to be victims, but the multiple obsessive videos, I don't even know why I'm reading it out. I mean, you can read it for yourself. They're disgusting. They're exposing themselves. No, we're not exposing ourselves. Okay. The goof. The goof that is stalking you is stalking me too. What the hell's a goof? I wouldn't imagine a middle-aged woman would speak like this. I'm sorry, I'm sounding bitchy, but my bitchiness isn't half as bad as what's being said in these things here. So, this is the first email. Read it through. This creep pulled strings to keep us all apart. One of the first emails that Kim has sent to Evening. So these you can find them on Evening Ransom's blog, on her, actually under her videos as well, if you want to look at them. They might make a bit more sense if you look at them like that. One person was pulling the strings, one person was fully aware of what was happening. David and David alone. Elle was aggressively attacked, sexually harassed in a very deviant manner, held hostage, isolated, manipulated, screamed at, called names, humiliated, threatened, and all communication and interaction were manipulated. Every attempt to get people together was controlled and manipulated. This is what Kim has said in the letters to Evening. I want to fill you in, but this creepy narc freak was talking behind everyone's back and pulling all the strings. I want to include everyone in this conversation. This needs to be addressed. This is no garden variety narc. This is a super predator. This narc played us all with the greatest of ease. It was like watching the movie Gaslight in real time. This is no garden variety narc. This is a super predator. That is what Kim says about David DeMars. If this video gets removed because I've just mentioned his name, I'll put it up again. Wasting your time. Oh, my ear's gone really red now because the stress is really getting to me. I 100% agree that I must make retractions regarding my support of David, but I will not be engaging in any sort of online shit show, no YouTube chaos, no smear campaigns, as that is not my style. Having a hot flush was not my style, she says. So she basically said there that she said, I 100% agree that I must make a retraction regarding my support of David. Yet they still tell each other they love each other in comments, guys. In these letters, she's telling everybody that David is a narcissist. and David is dangerous. And now she's back supporting and enabling him, and they've both not said a word. They both are just pretending nothing's happened and hoping that it will die down. It is not going to die down. Not when I'm around. My real issue is what happened to Elle. That was too bloody much, and that in itself has caused for extreme alarm within our community. This is Kim to Evening. The anger, aggression, isolation, mind control, humiliation, name calling and fear he caused in her. No fucking way, not on my watch. The contradictions are amazing. If we knew about this and do nothing, we are simply not good people. I'm going to repeat that because I know Evening's repeated it in her video a few times. If we know about this and do nothing, we are simply not very good people, and I want to be a good person. That is Kim saying, if I keep my mouth shut and don't say anything about David, it makes me a bad person. Can you see how this is going? Kim is not saying anything about David now, so obviously she's just telling everybody that she's a bad person. She said it right here. Elle deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. This was an extremely aggressive attack on her. And I believe he's dangerous and 100% capable of harming a victim. Now, if anybody watching these videos, and I'm getting annoyed now, you may see me annoyed for the first time because I don't often do it. I can normally keep my calm, but I'm so passionate about this shit that's going on. She says, and I believe he is dangerous and 100% capable of harming a victim. Why am I doing these videos, guys? Why? Because of this. I do not want him harming anybody else. This is why I'm doing these videos. It sickens me. It sickens me. Again, these are emails from Kim to Evening talking about what happened in Mexico when Elle should have trusted a life coach in her own hotel room. And he screamed at her and he was victimizing her and he was talking about porn and he was trying to make her feel uncomfortable, and this lady had to take the blame like we do. I'm sorry. I shouldn't, let you in. I'm sorry. All she did apparently, do you know what? I'm not even going to say apparently or alleged anymore. Have you noticed I've stopped saying alleged because I'm not saying alleged. It's not alleged anymore. It's true. And David, you need to come and support yourself. And Kim, you need to come out and support yourself. I mean, this is Kim bad-mouthing David now, so why are they still friends? What is going on? Can you not see the weirdness in this? He says he's adopted. 1 minute he was dirt poor, mentally ill father run away. Then his dad is a famous plastic surgeon and he was a fashion model. Like, the stories are all over the place. This is David talking to Kim saying that he was a fashion model. Really? This is what narcissists do. They make up a past. They past fake. They don't just future fake. They make up a past. 100% believe him to be a very real danger. This is what Kim is saying about David. This guy is the biggest narc hiding within our community, the biggest threat to victims and survivors, full stop. He is far creepier than HD. By miles. Our community is a magnet for these creatures and they have to be flushed out into the light where people can see them for what they are, which is what we're doing. Now, you see, this one I want to comment. This is a bit... You'll see later on in the videos how she is bringing Evening down, how she's saying how disgusting Evening is. Now, look what she's saying about here. You ladies did not see E, but holy cow, beauty queen, sweet, soft-spoken, humble, charming. She was threatened to him in some way. Kim is talking about Evening, saying she's sweet and humble and a beauty queen, and yet in the videos she's the most disgusting thing, and she says the most hurtful and degrading things about Evening that I've ever heard anybody say. If people cannot see this after this video, this guy's really smooth, a true manipulator. The aggressive, deviant, sexually charged assault against Elle would have landed his ass in a Mexican jail had we figured out what he'd done to her sooner. This is going to be a very long video, guys. I'm hoping that, I'm sorry if it's, I don't know. So she knows David's smearing her. Why are they still... why? The thing is, you see, with people, I'm going to just say this, they take the mask off and then put a new one on, depending on what situation they're in. So at the moment, obviously, when Kim was doing this, she was actually in a situation she had to get out of at that time. Didn't think about consequences. They don't think about anything past or anything future. They live for the moment. So this is a mask that she put on to try and kind of like come across as the caring person. I'm sorry about David. I didn't realise he was this. I didn't realise this. And then she's in another situation. Remember, David's crawling down her neck. So she puts another mask on. They just live for the moment. Let's focus on the real problem, David, and the countless unsuspecting victims that he's access to. This is what I've been saying all along. His aggression, contempt for women, starting with his mother. If any of that was if that was true, I would list a million reasons why this guy needs to be exposed. Kim, you want to expose David at this point. Why have you gone back? Why are you now enabling David? My ear's going to... Can you see the colour? Look. I look like a knob. Oh, here we go. Can I just stop here? Look. He purchases thumbs down and places them at channels that speak against him. Here we go. My name. Val Steele. Horrible channel. Toxic free. Toxic me. Yeah, extremely sick. And she's David have been in a toxic death fight for the last year online. Whatever. Yeah, he has seen a lawyer about Val and has told me he's taken legal action against her. I've yet to see that. So yeah, guys, this is... They were talking about me in Mexico because David's been smearing me for the past year. And yes, he purchases thumbs down. I had, again, 1,000 thumbs down on my Chris Watts video. So this is David thumbing me down. Paying for thumbs down. Why would you pay for thumbs down on someone? That's disgusting. They're both completely vile and might destroy each other. Val is seriously fucked up. Long history of criminal stalking, defamation, harassment and smears me too. So I had a criminal record check run on her. That whack job. She's in the UK, well known to the police and right out of a twisted, disordered mind, and she's aggressive. Has anyone seen me aggressive? A little bit annoyed in this video, but I've never been aggressive. Yeah, she's saying if Val got hold of this, she'd run with it. There's no stopping Val. She's a special example of the odious condition. Val is gravely damaged goods, and she's a narc death fight with David. They hate each other. They're both gravely disordered. So yeah, she's throwing me under the bus here, but that's fine. You can say what you like about me. It's not me we're doing this video about. It's David. So anyway, let's carry on. I don't know what happened, whether David contacted Kim and said you better fix this because you're in serious trouble. So what Kim did then was completely do a U-turn and start defaming Evening. We do not have any room for a parasite like you in this fabulous nation. Besides, with a drug history like yours, the lure of cheap cocaine might be too much for you to manage. So good luck with the immigration claim with a criminal record like yours. This is now Kim turning on Evening. And she's like, I have your entire criminal record report, as does my lawyer and Mexican immigration. I have over 50 screen-saved images, including on mugshots. Your delusional, twisted, lying narcs are all the same. And while you're at it, detached, forget my name and fucking parasite, LMFAO. We all saw this coming, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't even want to read this. I'm just going to let you read it because it's driving me crazy. Criminal defamation, talking about criminal defamation, saying that Evening's a criminal. Like she said, I'm a criminal. Like she said, everybody else. Anybody who criticises Kim and David is a criminal. Somebody calling the other person a crack addict and all that business. It's defaming itself. I mean, oh my God. You were the one that started a smear campaign. Since when? Did anybody see that? I missed that one. You violated a woman's rights to privacy. You pushed for a public showdown. No, she didn't violate anybody's rights. See how she's twisted this now? She's trying to save somebody from being victimised, and she's trying to tell... I'm a bit shit in this video, guys. I'm a little bit shit in this video because I'm just... Now piss off, Erin, you tragic, irrelevant, wasted time. I am a tad surprised you fell into the trap so quickly. We all thought it was too obvious for you. Freaks are all the same. We're having a good laugh watching you demon-possessed monsters eating each other alive, LMFAO. Now, if anyone is going to say that these emails are fake, there's nobody can write like Kim. Kim's language is like a... I've said this before in a comment. It's like a fingerprint. You can't fake Kim's letters because it would be really, really difficult to, because she talks like a 14-year-old, and that's not defaming somebody. That's my opinion. Your past victims are contacting me and the stories aren't pretty, much like your mugshots. This is extremely common. Good luck to the move to Mexico. Apparently she's going to stop Evening from moving to Mexico. Now fuck off, you narc gutter rat. And thank you for exposing yourself. We see you, Erin. This is not good. This is not the attitude of an empath. I don't know what else to say. These emails, the first ones were warning everybody about David. And then when she did that, she then turned and started enabling David, and then turned on Evening. I think she just makes up the rules as she goes along.
Several people came. There was, I believe, 10 people in total, and David DEMARS was one of them. Now, there has been a scandal regarding David. Let's be honest here. Comparing this mourning hostage to David is like comparing David and shit on his shoe. I mean, she's just not a contender. Certainly know by the hundreds and hundreds of emails I've received that you all see it, two people here. And the woman, the alleged victim, this failed actress from New York City, has got a story.
What's a failed actress got to do with the situation? Doesn't matter who's been victimised, doesn't matter what you are or what you do. It doesn't change the truth. Again, it's like these people, as soon as you've got a criminal past, it's all of a sudden that you can't be, you're someone else. What? Why? What?
David tells me his side of the story, so I think, okay, I've been talking to David. Well, damned if I didn't do a criminal record check on David. Damn, he's awfully honest for an alleged predator.
She did a criminal record check. She does that a lot.
I've seen nothing but genuine compassion, genuine empathy, a genuine love for the community coming from this man. And I had no question whatsoever that what he was telling me about the event was the truth.
So basically here she's saying that everything that David's told her is true, but yet in the emails she's saying that everything that David's told her is a complete lie. She's building a picture of this really honest person. For some reason, I don't understand why she did one thing and then she's done another. This is why I'm making this video, because we all need some answers. As you know, the emails were saying how much of a narcissist he is, how much of a predator he is, how she's going to stand up against him and she's not going to support him anymore. And now here she is in the video after it saying that he's the best thing since sliced bread, basically.
You know, when I pick her up or anything, you know, I can show you, is there any place I can take you to? And she says to me, no, I just came here to get laid. I'm so horny. Like, I just came here to get laid. I'm so horny.
Why would someone fly all the way to Mexico just to get laid? Why would someone get off the plane and the first thing you say to the life coach that you've been sort of subscribed to, blah, 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 why would you say, oh, when I come here to get laid, I've just come here to get laid? No, she's building a picture up of the victim of David to be the predator of David. She's changing the stories. She's trying to convince us all that the person who was victimized and harassed in a hotel room by David, screamed at, belittled, scared, intimidated, harassed, everything that he did to her. She's now painting a picture as the story goes, so that now it's changing around that she was the predator.
Yeah. She just came here because she was horny. Now, the first time she met David, she glommed right on. In fact, I could see David's discomfort with this, and I could see his immediate, whoa, what is going on here? Now,
see, she's just trying to convince everybody that right from the get-go, she was after David, and David was like, no, I don't want anything to do with this. She's literally swapping the roles around. She's literally painting a picture. How does she know all this? Where was she? How does she know all this?
Now, something did occur, and every time David got up to go have a cigarette over by the open area, she just ran right behind him, glommed on, very parasitic, truly a sexual predator, and this was very, very obvious.
No. Lies. The victim was not the predator. You're changing your story. For some reason, there's something going on between you and David, and it's all too dark. It's all very creepy. It's all very weird. Very, very weird. How you've just suddenly decided to change the story from David being the predator in the emails, and how David is 100% narcissist and he's dangerous, to now all of a sudden he's the perfect person and the victim is now suddenly the predator. This is not healthy behavior, people watching. This is not healthy behavior.
This mourning hostage creature, like she's very ruddy and she's got a real, you can see the streets have been pretty cruel to her. Greasy hair, she's got that smell coming off her, crazy glazy eyes, kind of nodding off and, digging in her ear in front of you. And she does that in videos too. In fact, in a couple of her recent smear videos about me, she's just like, I don't know what, trying to harvest potato out of her head.
Now she's talking about Evening. Now in the emails previous, she's saying how lovely, how beautiful, what a beauty queen is, how charming Evening is. And now she's saying that Evening is ruddy and
it is the fall after all. Like, yuck, lady, go take a shower. It's just creepy.
How can someone be so disgusting about somebody else? I'm actually
Creepy.
see. This is what also I'm going to say narcissist. Whether anyone likes what I'm saying or not, they like to build up a story. They won't. It's all about telling a story. It's literally they put so much information into it to try and make it so believable.
But this woman who's in the back seat with me, I mean, the vehicle was still moving and she's flying out of there. I mean, literally jumping out and chasing David. Her story is that he had made some sexual gestures towards her. I believe what happened is, and this is through my research.
Just painting a picture of something that's happened that's completely different to what she's saying in the emails. I've got cognitive dissonance. This is the hardest video I think I've ever tried to have to explain. I've never known anything so twisted and so distorted and so weird in my life. You've got the life coach befriending the predator. Then the life coach says to another life coach that the life coach she was befriending is a predator, and then she says the life coach the predator, and then changes the predator into the victim and the victim into the predator. Keep up.
What the hell? She did not stop it. She wanted him up there. And I think she was extremely narc injured because, I mean, here she's screaming, I'm horny, I'm horny. She's glommed onto the man. She's begging the man to stay. And he's half drunk, and she can't even get laid with a half drunk guy who's tired and hungry. So I do believe this narc injured her quite seriously.
I believe what happened is, I believe is not fact. I believe is an opinion. I believe is not the truth. So she's saying, I believe what happened is. It's not truth. And doing research. It's stalking. What are you doing? How does she know all this? How does she know all this? She doesn't. I think David's holding a gun to her head.
If he had been abusive to this point, why didn't she alert security? Why'd she let him up?
That's victim shaming. This is a coach victim shaming. So what? This lady thought she could trust. He's a life coach. He helps abuse victims. She went to his hotel room. So what? That does not mean that it's her fault. It does not mean that she deserved to get what she wants. She went up with a sheep and ended up in a room with a bloody wolf.
Huge act of aggression that David allegedly committed.
David did commit it, you said. And everybody else knows what happened in Mexico.
Committed was he allegedly called her a cock tease. Now, when a woman is glommed on in a very sexually parasitic kind of way, and they're just, going on and on, I'm so horny, I came here to get laid. If somebody called you a cock tease, it wouldn't really be that surprising, right? I mean,
in this community, no one listens to the I do beliefs or opinions. We have to have facts. We have to have evidence. And I believe nothing in what you're saying. I believe nothing.
Now, she is a failed actor. Now, if you just Google search careers most attractive to narcissists, it is film and theater.
That's a really bad thing to say. And a coach of narcissist abuse shouldn't just go around saying, you're a narcissist because she's an actress. It's like saying you're a narcissist because you've got a long fringe. It's just ridiculous.
goes. Now, allegedly in her twisted story, he was excessively abusive. She felt very threatened. He was screaming at her. He was calling her names.
That's exactly what you said, Kim, that he was doing. He was screaming. He was calling her names. He was talking about his porn addiction. He was talking about how he wants to have threesomes. He was literally going on about her figure. He was making her feel really uncomfortable. He was screaming at the top of his voice at her. He was just abusing her. And
when I asked her, you know, so you've been this horrible victim of this abuse from David, why did you go back to his hotel the next day? Like, it just seemed very odd to me. And then her story was, well, I couldn't find anybody. Well,
why are you victim shaming? It doesn't matter why she went back to the... It doesn't matter. Apparently she lost all contact with everybody. She couldn't get hold of anybody. She's on her own in Mexico. You didn't have a phone. The communication was being completely manipulated by David. You can't say this. You can't victimize people, Kim. You can't do it.
I also end up discovering some other things about this creature, this sexual predator. She was sued recently, and of course, the Freedom of Information Act in the United States makes this type of information public. Of course, as a truth seeker, I want to get to the bottom of this. I want to know the truth. So
that you can smear and cyberstalk people and look up information. You're always looking up information, Kim. You're always stalking people. You're talking about Freedom of Information Act, and no, it's just you stalk people. And then you think that it's okay to bring up people's pasts and people's mistakes, because that suddenly is going to negate the fact that she was abused in a hotel room by David.
So I do a search on this woman, and lo and behold, she was recently sued for something very similar to this. She is a cyber stalker. She is a smear campaigner. She criminally defames people. I mean, this is her MO, and which is very fitting with her past history in the film industry. All of this is making sense.
See, this is why we need proof. You're going around again. Not only am I a cyberstalker, we've got Evening's a cyberstalker, we've got Andrew Benjamin's a cyberstalker, now Elle, the victim's a cyberstalker. It's getting boring.
And as Morning Hostage starts to tell this criminally defaming story, she's now getting a buzz off this. She's getting some narc supply. She's all like narc supplied up here and feeling pretty, you know, empowered from this.
No. Evening started putting out there the emails, the fact that David was a predator. They were your emails, Kim. Your emails got sent to Evening, and Evening was worried and concerned and put them out on public display. And had you had any guts, and you had any truth behind you, and had any, whatever the words are, because my brain's really hurting tonight, and oh look, it's swapped ears, there we go. Strange woman that I am. I've forgotten what I was saying. See, I've lost the plot tonight. But yeah, basically everybody's a stalker, everybody's a smear campaign. That is your go-to.
So now the story has grown to the biggest fishing story ever. Now it's a fucking tuna, right? Now David's a sexual predator. He's going to rape someone. He's going to kill someone. Like, the story's just getting bigger and crazier and weirder by the hour.
You're smearing your own emails. Kim, you and you alone were the person who wrote the emails to the group in Mexico saying that David was dangerous. Why are you backing out on it? Why are you suddenly enabling David? Why are you trying to pretend with David that nothing's going on, that's nothing happening? I want some answers, and so do other people.
I've got this flying monkey peon in this air, in this Morning Hostage, who is absolutely willing to shit her pants on YouTube to go forward with the unsubstantiated story without ever trying to contact David.
So rude to people. Why are you so horrible. Why do you have to speak like this? Evening was concerned, which is why she did what she did, but there were your emails. You, in this video, are smearing your own emails.
So I am 100% down with what I believe to be the facts. Now, I do not believe for one second that David DEMARS is a predator of any sort. I believe he's a wonderful, genuine, truly compassionate human being.
That is not what you said in your emails.
I am absolutely 100% convinced that this Lena from New York City is a sexual predator, a parasite, a narcissist, very diabolical, very covert. She immediately started going behind people's backs, trying to contact people separately, avoiding any sort of transparency in the communication between any of us.
That's what David did, apparently. David was doing the manipulating, going behind people's backs and everything like that. So what you've done is, again, you've projected everything that David's done onto Elle. I'm sorry, guys, if this video isn't very... It's a bit confusing. I am very, very tired tonight.
Really just a piece of shit. That's all she is. So as far as this morning hostages story goes, that I'm in possession of some diabolical information and that I've been luring people to Puerto Vallarta so David could abuse them. I mean, holy shit, is that how you get attention?
That's just being dramatic. I don't think anyone said that. Why are you so dramatic? Silly question.
Seriously, lady. Stop digging in your ears. You're all on the nod there. I don't know how loaded up with opiates you are, but you're actually nodding off itching and digging in your ears, you filthy, dirty-haired thing. Go get in the shower, get yourself cleaned up, and the next time you go get your prescriptions for barbiturates filled, get yourself a prescription for some antibiotics, because you're a filthy mouth liar. That's all you are. You're an absolute reprobate. Why?
Why would you do that? Why would an empathic life coach rip into somebody with such disgusting words and defame their image, defame their character? It's disgusting.
Why you would pretend to be helping the community and commit such a horribly criminal act against me or David? What do you think, we're not in the community? Because we are in the community. The one who's not in the community is you. I mean, this woman has no class, no integrity, no sense of morality, no sense of compassion, or she would not have done this. And she's locked on now. She's in a death fight with herself.
No, Kim, you're in a death fight with yourself. You're the one that wrote... Why do I have to keep repeating myself? I repeat myself a lot, don't I? Yeah. You're just trying to twist out of the responsibility of it. You're trying to... David's got something on you. You're both as bad as each other. Anyway, let's finish this and then I can talk because I'm tired.
Nothing else looks like this. The smear campaign is a smear campaign, full of delusion and circle talk and her lies of omission and her lies of persuasion. She is truly trying to persuade you.
You're trying to persuade people, not anybody else. No one else has done anything. You're the only person that's trying to persuade people the fact that David's not a narcissist when you said he was, and that you're the most nicest person in the world when all you've done is just spoke disgusting about people in this video. Again, contradictions. There's nothing else I can really say, guys. I mean, you're watching this and, well, you can see it. I don't have to start putting words in and saying things because she's there saying that I do not believe that David is anything but a gorgeous, great, helpful, loving man, blah, blah, blah. And he's not, because she knows he's not, because she saw him and his true colours in Mexico along with 10 other people.
Those of you that have been concerned that I'm concealing some sort of information that David is a predator or a diabolical monster, the answer to that is absolutely not for 1 second. I always have and always believed him to be a very decent guy. But a smear campaign is in many ways a confession. Let's just air this out. Let's just bring this to the surface. Let you guys be the judge. And then let's move on to healing again, because yeah, this is just some narc interference and we just need to move past it.
and we just need to move past it. Let's just shove it under the carpet. Yes, David's a predator. He's upset somebody, he's hurt somebody, he's victimised somebody. He's a dangerous person, 100% dangerous by Kim, and now she just wants to sweep it under the carpet. Right, I'm not going to say much more on this because I'm tired, and it's a long video, and so anyway, I hope that just shows what's going on to the people that don't understand. Again, one more time, David was a predator in Mexico, and now Kim has backed out on her word, saying yes he is. She's gone back towards David. She's now calling everybody else a narcissist and doing a smear campaign, and anybody who says, hang on a minute, didn't you just say that he was dangerous? And then she's like, you're a smear campaign, you're doing this, you're a defamation, you're going to go to jail. That's all she's doing at the moment. It's just she's got a trail of drama around her, and there is a victim in all this. There is a victim in this. And there's going to be another victim, and there's going to be more victims, which is why I'm speaking up. Because if they can fight against me, the innocent person and the one that's being slandered because I want to stand up for other people, then I'll fight back. Guys, I'm very tired, I'm shattered, and I'm going to leave it there for now. This is just ridiculous. I have never ever seen anything so ridiculous in my life. Kim, David, you need to address this. You need to say something now. You need to come out. You're hiding in the shadows. You're pretending that you've done nothing wrong. You're making videos. And you're still smearing me in the videos, and you're still talking about, you're laughing, you're making a joke. If you really, really were thinking that I was a real, true narcissist, you would be saying my name, and you'd be making videos like this to get me off YouTube. You're making jokes about it. You're calling the three of us the Narc Stooges, and you're laughing, and it's just not funny. And it's just, you've got no evidence, you've got no proof, you've got no backing, you've got no screenshots, you've got absolutely nothing. Not one of you has shown an ounce of proof in the whole year that this has been going on. I have made videos of proof of your stalking and your cyber stalking of me. That's all my videos. If you can, anybody can go behind the scenes, if anyone can find anything that proves me of being a stalker or a cyber stalker, or if there's any emails out there that I'm supposed to have emailed his brother. I'm supposed to have emailed his brother. I mean, on my mother's life, I have not emailed his brother. I don't know what's going on. I'm fed up. But anyway, take care guys, stay safe.